All right, in today's lesson, I am going to be going over how to trace your mapping out of your hand, okay, for your final project. So, in part one, we created the contour mapping out of our hand here, okay? And then in the next section here, I'm going to trace over the mapping out, and then I will end up getting rid of my grid. I'll close the eye on my mapping out, and then this is the product I'll turn in. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to actually close that out. So I have, let's see. All right, so here I have my mapping out. Now, I've lowered my opacity. So if I bring it up like that, it's black, right? The ink. I'm going to be tracing with black. And so I'm thinking, in order to know the difference between the two, I'm on my mapping out layer, I'm going to my opacity, and I'm just lowering it to a lighter gray. That's all. Okay. So it's going to help me identify between the two different lines. Okay, now I'm going to get a fresh layer. Okay, and I'm just going to call this contour line drawing. Okay. And I'm going to come over here. I am going to be using my brush tool. And let's go up here. I'm just using a general brush. We'll be on hard round here. And of course, we don't want 170. So thinking about a 3 is decent. Make sure your color is on black. And here we go. All right. Now, I'm still going to hold my hand out and look at my hand. I'm actually going to start here. Now, yesterday when I was tracing, I realized that let's get my grid up. Okay. So I'm going to start from the middle of my grid, and then I'm just going to kind of work down and over. So if I come here, that's that knuckle. Come down, and then I'm going to do my hair go down a little bit more. And then I'm going to have my pinky. And then my pinky comes out and then down. And then more like that. Okay, and then here, I'm going to go, let's say, right about here, and then make my middle finger. And then here is my index finger. Okay, and then my thumb is right about here. I'm going to come down. And then, okay, all right. And then I'm just going to kind of come in here. This is at a bit of an angle. And then it comes down, loops around, and then back up. Okay, the finger here comes down and then loops back up. Okay, this finger here is here. And this one kind of crosses over and it comes up and then it's kind of up in here. And then my pinky is kind of tucked up in. And then it kind of comes there. Now, there is a bit of a line here. Okay, there's a line here. And then, of course, there's these lines in here. And that actually kind of comes in through there. Okay, so if I close out my grid here, okay, all right. Then I'm going to come in and do actually, I'm going to close out my mapping out now. Now, if I look at my fingers, I can just kind of now just kind of go like this. Okay. come in here. So again, I'm adding those nail beds. Okay. And then you can come in and then also add like your lines. Now, I feel like that kind of comes out too far, so I'm going to erase it. Okay. All right. Now you kind of have the basis of your hand, right? You can come in with your magnifying glass, hold down the Alt key, and then I'm going to come in here and go, okay, you know what? I need to kind of clean this up now, right? Maybe I'll clean up this edge here too. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of go through, clean up my edges, maybe go, you know what? I kind of need to redo that. Again, if you want to get back in your contour, you can. There. Okay. You can lower your brush and then just go through and just clean up areas, fix different parts. Okay. Might go, okay, I'm going to clean up that. And you can just go through and just fine tune everything that you need to. I might actually clean up that whole piece. So it's just continuous, right? Okay. And then once you kind of, you've cleaned it up, you like how it's looking, okay? Then you can go in and add all of your details. So again, look at your hand, right? Um, Thumb is here. Okay. There's some little lines here. Now, if you want to lower the brush when you're doing your lines, put it like at a 2 or even a 1. The and then follow the contour of the shape. So see how that's like that. At the knuckle, there's some like lines. And again, it doesn't have to be absolutely precise, but it just gives it that like knowing that there's a knuckle and it's bending there. All right, here's another little one here. Okay. These lines really make a difference right in here. Okay. And like this one here. And see how I'm kind of curving it, so you don't want there. These kind of go like that. Okay. All right. And then kind of get the rest of your knuckles. That one has 3. That has a couple up here. Okay. So again, you're just going in and filling in the lines and the detail work now. Once you have your contour. That's so. I think I did a better one yesterday, right? And again, every day it's a little different depending on how you're feeling, okay? I really like the pinky on this one as opposed to that one. Yeah, that pinky needs a little work. Okay. All right, but this is the overall basics of the project. Once you have a final hand that you like with the contour, then please make sure you turn off your grid. So to close out the eye, make sure you turn off your mapping out. Okay, and save it as a JPEG. So it's file, save as. If your computer is not saving as a JPEG, then make sure you do save a copy, and then that will access the JPEG. So save as, save on your computer, Remember, you're saving to your H drive. Please name it contour, line hand, or or hand is fine. And then again, save it as a JPEG. Okay. All right. Have fun, and I can't wait to see your work.